big move from Melbourne to the Gambia. Hi, I'm John Marsh and I was born in 1965. I was 35 when I moved to the Gambia with my wife Annette, though I went 6 weeks later than her because I had to finish a work project. We wanted to go because me and Annette had just got married, and one of the reasons we wanted to be together is because we both wanted to travel. When I first got there, it was really hot and sticky, and some people were trying to carry my bags for me, but they were pushing and shoving, so I thought they were trying to take them. I was a bit worried though, but it worked out. Once there was a tourist who came to the Gambia from New York. He looked in the guidebook and it said Baka Market, so he thought he should go there. He asked the taxi driver how much to go to Baka Market, and he said 400 dalasi. Well, that sounds like a lot, but really it's $25. But in New York that probably sounds right, but in the Gambia it should have only been about $3. Then in Baka Market, a bumpster came up to him and said, "Come and see my baby." He was probably wanting to people working in the stores. There are lots of stores there selling fruit and vegetables, but they sell no meat. And it's pretty disgusting, with stuff all over the floor and the sewers. Anyway, somehow he talked this man into coming into his house and seeing his baby. Now usually the baby is just lying in a crib in a mom's hands or something. And the bumpster always says to the people he brings into his house, this baby's hungry or it wants something, and it asks for money. They always give them money because they feel bad and they don't understand that you shouldn't. It's really nice, but these people, one day if you keep doing this, they might even be millionaires. These things kept happening to one man. At the end of the day, he ran out of money and had to go back to an ATM. When I lived in the Gambia with my wife and Lola, we used to go to the beach 5 days out of 7 in a week. We used to play touch rugby when it was busy, but when it was not, sometimes we would play with this hacky sack. In Gambia, we also met some friends. We met Linda and Nigel, who lived in a hut in the backyard, and Chris and Alexa. Outside we also had a huge mango tree with beautiful bright red mangoes. But whenever they were almost ripe, someone would lean over the fence and pick them. We also had a dog called Rags. It was a beautiful big dog with short hair and golden fur. After being in Gambia for 1 year, my wife got pregnant and had a girl called Lola in London. We stayed there for about 6 months and came back. Then, 2 years after we had Lola, and that had another girl called Hazel. But after that, we stayed there in Melbourne. And then a year later, we came to Vietnam. Out of everything, I liked it more than Annette because Africa is a really terrible place. Some places around there. A lot of people are very poor. If you live in a poor part of town, you haven't got a very nice life. And out of all the women in the world that die in childbirth, most of them died there. Also, Annette didn't really like all the food because they used to cook with a lot of oil. But I really liked domida, which was a kind of peanut paste you cook meat in, and penachin, which means one pot in African because it's rice with spices in one big pot and everybody eats with their hands. But really the best thing is realizing how lucky you really are.